All right, boys and girls, so for today's lesson, we're going to look at division patterns. If you're following along, we're on page 175 in your book. Here we go. We're going to first look at 24 divided by 3. Okay. So if you don't know this off the top of your head, a way that you can solve this is by working out multiples of 3. So 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 times 2 equals 6. 3 times 3 equals 9. 3 times 4 equals 12. 3 times 5 equals 15. Oh my goodness. 3 times 6 equals 18. 3 times 7 equals 21. Oh my gosh, we're close. 3 times 8 equals 24. If you are feeling rusty on your multiplication, I want this stuff is what you should be spending your free time doing. Anyways, so now we know 24 divided into 3 groups is going to be 8. Very good. But what if we had 240 divided by 3? What do you think that would be? Well, it would just be 80. And let me show you. Let's check with our multiplication. I'm going to go 80 times 3. 3 times 0 is 0. 8 times 3 is 24. So what do you think would happen if I had 2,400 divided by 3? Well, what's our pattern here? There's no 0 in 24 divided by 3, and no 0 over here by 8. I have 1 0 here, 240 divided by 3, and I have 1 0 over here. I'm just going to take a hunch, 2,400 divided by 3, I'm saying 2 zeros. 800 would be a logical fit, and I'm just going to double check just to make sure. I'm going to erase some of my work over on the side. Sorry, a little multiplication problems. Okay, I'm going to go 800 times 3. And I'm doing that because it's going to be easier, and mostly that, because it's going to be easier. and it'll show us how these numbers are connected a little bit better. So 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 8 is 24. What do I get? 2,400. Am I on it? Absolutely. What if I went 24,000 divided by 3? What do you think that would be? Okay, remember I have 1 0 here, 1 0 of the 80. 2 zeros over here, 2 zeros over here. Now I have how many zeros? I have 3 zeros. And it would also make sense, I'm talking about 24,000 of something. I'm going to have to multiply 3 by a pretty sizable number to get 24,000. And so 8,000 does seem like a logical fit, and it matches up with our pattern that we've established with our other numbers. I'm going to try it. 8,000, don't forget my little comma, and I'm going to double check. I'm going to erase this over here. Checking is never a bad thing, guys. If something doesn't feel solid, stopping to check or do it again is a great way to go. I'm going to go 8,000 times 3. And I'm sure here you've already noticed a pattern too. So just like when we were multiplying to find 800 times 3 to see if it equals 2,400, if this number down here is being multiplied by these 3 zeros, I know right off the bat it's just going to be 0, 0, 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. 3 times 0 is 0. Okay, so those are little things that will help make your multiplication life a little bit faster and easier. And my last number is 3 times 8, which equals 24,000. Beautiful. Okay, looks like we're on it. This is basically what we do for our homework problems today. It's pretty breezy, but let's go double check and make sure there's no surprises. So this is that example right there. What else do we have? And, ooh, let's do that. We're gonna work this problem out. If you're following along, it is example 2 on page 176. We're gonna look at patterns between 3 times 3 and see what happens when we add zeros. That will be exciting. Okay. Same concept, we're just putting our zeros in different spots. Okay, here we go. So we have 3 times 3, which equals 9. Beautiful. What if I go 30 times 3? What's that going to equal? 90. Beautiful. What if I have the 3 times 30? What's that going to equal? Also 90. What about if I do 30 times 30? How many zeros do I have in my problem now? Before I only had 1, now I have 2. 30 times 30. 900. Yeah, you got it. How many zeros do I have in my answer? Oh my goodness. 2. How many zeros do I have in my question? 2. 1, 2. Okay, what if I do 300 times 3? Still 2. How many am I gonna have in my answer? Still 2. 3 times 3 equals 9. Add those zeros on, you're good to go. What about if I go 300 times 30? 1, 2, 3, 9. 3 times 3 equals 9. Oh my gosh, that's not 9. 9 and 1,000. Let's check one of these problems just to make sure. So I'm going to go 300 times 3. So that's 300. That's 3 groups of 300. I'm going to erase some of my other work. That's just in my way. Oh man, so much easier. Let's do this. Yes. There we go. Let's get some space in there. So you guys, since you're taking notes, can flip to a new page, or if you're using your whiteboard, some of this might be a good idea to write down, because remember, as I'm sure some of you experienced from our test on last Thursday, that it is important to take notes so you can reference them during an exam. Some exams, not all of them. All right, so we're going to check 300 times 3. I'm going to make 3 groups of 300. So this is a group of 300 plus 300 plus 300. So I'm going to start by adding the 3's. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus another 3 is 9. If I have all of these lined up, which I should have in the first place, really, why didn't you guys tell me to do that? And I add them up. I have my 9. I'm doing this a little backwards. You should always go the other way around. 0 plus 0, 900. Is that what I got? Yeah. Remember, if you're ever stuck with multiplication, multiplication is just a faster way of doing addition. So you can always, any multiplication problem, you can always write out as an addition problem. It might just take you a really, really long time to do it. But if that is a route your brain needs to take to figure out how to check it, then that's okay with me. All right, so this is basically what we're doing for these problems today. Let me know if you have any questions, and our math help time is at 1:30. All right, see ya.